the good start to the year after finishing 6-8 last year. Right now, 6-2, Oswego State 7-1 right now. It's going to be interesting, especially now that we're entering conference play for this back half of the season.
Yeah, this matchup between the Lakers and the Cardinals has always been a great matchup. But this year especially, we got a lot of great matchups today. I want to start on the Cardinals side of the field. Urso, star player for the Cardinals right now. He's got 36 points so far this season. How are you feeling about how he's going to be playing today?
He's going to be their number one threat. I mean, the last time these two teams faced last year on April 19th, he scored a hat trick in the 20-10 victory for Oswego State. But this season, already 25 goals, first in points goals on the Cardinals, and also he's tied for first in assists as well. So he is not just a goal scorer; he's a guy that's a playmaker that can facilitate the ball and is also just a vital part of the offense. He is not one-dimensional, which makes him even scarier overall for Plattsburgh's offense.
Yeah, he's a very scary player for this Cardinals offense. But on the other side of the field, number 8, Emmett Starwitz, also point leader for the Lakers here, also having a phenomenal season so far. How do we think he's going to be playing?
Again, I think it's going to be we're going to see him a lot of just being able to get the offense rolling, kind of really just feed the ball, especially the attack. You have great weapons like Hayden Coney, who has been one of the better goal scorers on this Oswego State roster. And obviously you can rely on Gary Elston, too, who has 15 goals. He's right now third in goals on the team. So you have a lot of weapons that Oswego State has they could utilize. And, I mean, Starwitz is not just a guy who can just pass the ball, facilitate things. He's a good goal scorer as well. Already has 11 goals so far for the team this season. So he's definitely a multi-dual threat that Plattsburgh's defense is going to have to watch out for.
Yeah, and speaking of defense for the Cardinals, I want to talk a little bit about Ethan Francie, number 49 for the Cardinals. He won SUNY Player of the Week last week. He had 6 caused turnovers, 2 ground balls, a goal, and an assist. An absolute phenomenal performance out of him. I think he's going to be a weapon on the offensive and the defensive side of the field for this Cardinals defense. But let's look a little bit at matchups. Let's talk about Urso versus Marr and how that matchup is going to pan out today.
I mean, it makes sense that Marr's going to be marked up on him. Marr's easily the best defenseman on this team. I mean, it helps when you went to Mount Sinai High School and had to play with Joey Spallina, who is arguably one of the top lacrosse players right now, especially in Division I in the country, and probably a future PLL number 1 pick, and same for the NLL. But, I mean, he leads the Oswego State with 16 caused turnovers, veteran presence as a senior. He has been consistently one of the better defensemen and is well-rounded for Oswego State. So him and Urso, I think they're really going to go at it. They'll definitely exchange blows, I feel, in this contest.
Yeah, Marr has been a great defender, standout, 2-year starter here for the Lakers, and I think he's going to have an absolute phenomenal performance today against Urso. And as face-off is getting ready to go, we are about to kick everything off here at the Laker Turf Stadium. Again, if you are just tuning in, I am Matt Rudolph, your play-by-play commentator, joined alongside my color commentator, Braden Peters, as we are about to get set off here. And that is going to be a false start on face-off number 1, Owen O'Hare for the Cardinals. So it is going to start in the Lakers' possession as Austin Schroeder passes it over to Starwitz, as we had just mentioned in pregame, as the Lakers here are looking to set up their early start for an offensive possession.
Yeah, they're going to be taking on goalie Cole Orhosky for Plattsburgh State. Already coming in 50.4 save percentage this season. Also with an 8.96 goals allowed average, which is actually...
And that is going to be a quick goal as Emmett Starwitz dodges down the left alley, passes it behind the cage over to number 24, Hayden Coney, who shoots and scores to put the Lakers up to an early 1-0 lead, scoring in less than 30 seconds. That is going to be what we are looking for all game here is Starwitz looking to get those assists. He has a phenomenal IQ, and he is always looking to get the open man after he draws a slide.
Yeah, he drew the slide in the one-on-one matchup, and then allowing Coney at least to cut it. And just seeing what the defense just kind of got stuck there for a moment. They just completely let Coney cut into the hole, which is the last thing you need. No one out in front of him. And it's tough for Ohosky to come in and try and cross over and make that save.
Yeah, and Schroeder is going to win that faceoff as a flag gets thrown, what looks to be a push in the back as the whistle gets blown. And it is going to be what looks to be a 30-second penalty on number 49, Ethan Francie, who we had just previously mentioned, Athlete of the Week, SUNY Athlete of the Week last season, and the Lakers are going to have a man-up advantage here.
Yeah, their man up is ranked actually first in all of the SUNY, 57.1% success rate this season. And then as for the Cardinals, their man down rate is not that bad, 71.2%. It's nothing phenomenal to write home about. But again, they still have some talent on that back end that could be really dangerous for them and slowing down this man-up unit for Oswego State.
Yeah, and something that we're going to be looking for here is Starwitz looking for number 9, Logan Postel, on the back right side of the post here. He's going to be, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, he's looking for that assist. And that was a shot out of Doran LeClaire. Hits the pipe, bounces out, but Garrett Elston is going to pick up the ground ball, roll back out, and Starwitz recovers the ball.
Yeah, that was definitely huge, at least to keep things alive. Looks like actually it's a 1-minute penalty. It wasn't 30 seconds, so it's a 1-minute penalty that was called against Francie.
And as we have a little ground ball scuffle going on, the Lakers look to have picked that up, but it is going to be number 7, Finn Whitlock for the Cardinals, who picks that up as they get the ball over, get a successful clear, and pass it over to Zambito. Zambito down over to Urso, player that we have mentioned looking for, and that's the matchup that we talked about pregame, Mar on Urso. I am very excited to see what happens here today with that matchup.
Absolutely. I mean, Urso has some good size on him, 6 foot, 220. He definitely has good size for attackman that can actually use his body to be able to drill his way towards the hole. And then Mar also has some good height on him as well, too. Overall, standing at 6 foot, so it's going to be a battle of not only just IQ and just technical skill, but also physicality.
Yeah, and that's going to be Francie dodging down the alley. He shoots, and it goes wide left as he had just came out of the penalty box. It is going to be back up from the Cardinals, so Cardinals are going to stay with possession here with 33 seconds left on the shot clock. As Backus the third takes over the ball, dodges down the left alley. Looking to draw a slide, doesn't get anything, passes it to X. Urso fumbles the ball there. Mar gets yard sailed. Urso with the ball still in his left hand. Passes it over to Rutland. Urso with the ball, shoots. Joey Zarcone, freshman, blocks that with his body. Sprinting down the midline, puts it into his right hand, gets over the midfield as the Lakers have numbers here. 2 pulls. Zarcone shoots just high of the cage. And it is going to be Cardinals' ball.
Yeah, good work by Zarcone just to eat that shot up. That was good work from Urso just to be able to create some space for himself. Just using his body just to be able to generate that space. And obviously, he's got dangerous power behind his shots to try to go on that slide-up shot. But good work by Zarcone to toughen it out and just eat it.
And what a defensive play that was from Divine, a transfer student who has just came in for this Lakers defense, as he pushes the guy out of bounds and gets the ball back over for the Lakers, as number 7, Garrett Elston, takes over the ball, looking to set up another offensive possession here for the Lakers as he passes it to the top of the box to Postel.
Divine just, again, showing off his physicality and size, just pushing out Shattuck on the sideline there. Shattuck definitely looks like he was feeling that from the hit from Divine.
Yeah, Starwitz just dodged down the right alley, passed it up to Elston, who fumbled it, looking to set up a dodge. Elston dodges down the right alley, brings it down to X, passes it up to the top of the crease over to Trey Jones. Jones shoots, and what a save that was.
Yeah, Ohoski it's one of the tougher saves to make, trying to go up high and cover the 5-hole, getting your stick high down low. It is all about reaction timing. That is excellent work from Ohoski. I mean, he's one of the better goalies in the conference, who is first actually in goals allowed with a total of 60 this season, and second in goals against average with 8.96.
And that was a fantastic takeaway check by Francie there. Little wraparound check on number 24, Hayden Coney. Gets the cause turnover, picks up the ground ball, and gets the clear all within a 10-second for the Cardinals. As Francie passes it over to Gippy. Gippy, another player to watch for this game. He's been playing phenomenally. He is second in points for this team with 25 so far this season, 14 goals and 11 assists, as Gippy is on the bottom right-hand side of this, as he passes it up to Fenner. Fenner looking to dodge down the right alley, passes it back up top over to Francie, being guarded by number 39, Alex Kletcha, as they pass it down to Ruland. Ruland setting up a dodge, dodges to his left hand, passes it back up, shot, and score! That is number 53, Tim Keenan. That was an absolute snipe.
Oh, yeah, had all the room in the world just for that step-down shot. That was just a beauty from Keenan, getting his 9th goal of the season. And defensively, for a second, they did a good job just being able at least to close off the attackers down low. But it just feels like the defense just got too sucked in towards the hole, leaving Keenan just wide open, a little up high. And it's tough to be able just to get a slide off, just to be able to catch up to him, to maybe try and get a piece of the shot or force him to maybe rethink shooting. But yeah, just insane accuracy and power off that shot from Keenan.
Yeah, and that is something that the Lakers defense is going to be having to watch out for. As you mentioned, they get so sucked down into the crease, which is great when players are trying to set up dodges. But these Cardinals can shoot, and you cannot let them get their hands free. As there's a little ground ball scuffle, Austin Schroeder kicks the ball out, picks number 6 for the Cardinals. That's going to be Dylan Zambito again, who picks up the ground ball but fumbles it, as Trey Jones picks up the ball on the offensive side of the field, getting double teamed. Marr goes over the midline, lays a body, but that's going to be Kevin Murray for the Cardinals, who picks the ball up, passes it over to Timmy Wood. Great defenseman so far for the Cardinals this season, as he brings it over the midline. Being guarded by number 14, Logan Lynn. Pole-on-pole defense here as Ben Parada double teams. And the Lakers are going to recover the ball with number 15, Keegan Stevens, for the Lakers.
Yeah, Wood had an excellent cause turnover there earlier. Just couldn't. I mean, it's tough when you're double teaming your long pole. He used his advantage, but he's definitely been one of the better defenders. He has 9 cause turnovers going in this game, which is 4th on this team. The long poles for this Cardinals team overall are really something to watch out for, obviously, with Kevin Murray as being one of the top guys as well. So not only just the deep poles, but even the midfielders. The Cardinals are a very sound defensive team, even though, again, I mean, look at their schedule. They haven't really faced high-quality opponents for most of the season.
Yeah, exactly. And starting up a dodge, it is going to be number 8 yet again, Emmett Starwitz. He dodges over the top, passes it down to Elston, who shoots it, falls out of his stick. And Whitlock is going to pick up that ball and kick it out over to the goalie, Orhowski. Orhowski at X passes it over to Murray. Murray looking to pass it up. Great pass over to the box. Back over to Orhowski. Orhowski passes it up to number 48, Jacob Solomon, who turns the ball over. And a great check to get the ball back from Solomon. And Gippy passes right by number 28, Ben Parada, but throws the pass, looking to get to the cutter there, who was Urso, but the pass just goes a little bit high, and it is going to be Lakers ball.
Yeah, he got a little too excited there. That was a perfect 2-on-1 matchup, as Urso managed to get behind his man that was guarding him defensively. That was Angelo that was on him, and just that would have been a perfect setup. I mean, get into your best goal scorer, but I think Gippy just saw throwing on the run obviously isn't always the easiest, but I think he just got a little too excited on that opportunity.
And that was going to be Devine, who passed a nice pass over to Ben Parada to get the ball back into the Lakers' offensive zone, who passes it over to another transfer from St. Bonaventure, Doran LeClaire. Passes it down to X. Cutter, Trey Jones, shoots and scores on an inside cut. That is what the Lakers are all about. Trey Jones is a phenomenal cutter. He is always getting open. He's great with the off-ball work, and it showed there.
Yeah, he just called the defense pretty much napping there. The defender that was covering the hole, I mean, he was pretty much caught ball watching, and Jones took advantage of that, knowing that he is wide open, could cut into the hole, and what a feat just to get him up high over the crossbar and just bury that low. 17th goal of the year for Jones. Beautifully set up, again, the defense for Plattsburgh State. Oswego has some very talented players. You cannot be caught ball watching. It's one of the fundamental rules that you're pretty much taught if you're learning as a deep hole.
Yeah, and that's face-off is going to be Schroeder versus O'Hare again. O'Hare picks up the ground ball, but a great takeaway check from Schroeder gets the ball back into the Lakers' offensive side of the zone. Stevens with the ball, looking to get open. He brings it over to X, being guarded by number 46, Ryan Fahey, LSM. As a little flip didn't work there, and Orhowski picks back up the ball, passes it over to the midline, but just goes high. Little mix-up there. Lynn and Parada hit each other. Looked like there was a little just miscommunication there, but the Lakers still have the ball. His hand passes over the midline over to Coney.
This goalie matchup is definitely going to be also something else to watch. Hand has been one of the other better goalies in the SUNY. Second in save percentage with 61.6, third in saves with 106.
And Coney dodges down the left alley all by himself. The one-on-one matchup. He puts it just inside the left post, right behind Orhowski. Phenomenal shot from the goal leader for these Lakers.
Wow, way to just tiptoe that pretty much. Those are goals you would see normally in box lacrosse. Just excellent work, just being able just to kind of weave his way around the defender, Finn Whitlock. I mean, he was on his hips, but just kind of almost like let go towards the end there. That was just excellent work from Coney just to not give up. And if you're Whitlock, at the end of the day, yes, it looked like he might have been in the crease possibly, but you cannot give up on that play. You cannot let him go. You have to just keep playing physical, keep him away from the crease.
And Schroeder is going to win that faceoff against Aiden Deegan, the backup Fogo for the Cardinals, as the Lakers are yet again going to have another offensive possession here with just under 7 minutes to go in this first quarter.
Understandable that they made the change at Fogo. I mean, already Oswego's winning in the face-off category. 4 or 5 face-offs they've already won. So the Lakers, I mean, Plattsburgh State needs to find a way to slow down Oswego, get them more offensive possessions because they really haven't, and the ones they had haven't really amounted to much.
Yeah, and that was going to be a pass from Postel looking for cutter Doran LeClaire, which just didn't get there as Orhowski takes the ball over himself, trying to get over the midline, but Coney with a great takeaway check. And number 3, Jamie Gippy for the Cardinals are going to pick that ball up in their offensive side as Gippy is dodging over the top on sophomore Logan Lynn.
Good
Gippy's
work.
still with the ball. Francie now with the ball in the bottom right, being guarded by number 28, Benjamin Parada.
I was just going to say, good work by Gippy just to be able to get that feed. Well, the loose ground ball off of Orhowski, who lost it. I mean, it was a dangerous situation for Orhowski to be near the midfield line and for that turnover to possibly happen.
And that was great work there by Francie, being able to dodge over the top, use the pick, and get the switch off of the long pole. And that is going to be a phenomenal save out of number 33, Seamus Hand, getting on the ground, barely making that save, but it's going to be a crease violation call on the Cardinals. And Seamus Devine picks up the ball, passes it over the midline, over to Angelo. Fast break. Angelo shoots, and it hits the pipe. Devine recovers the ball, though, for the Lakers, passes it to the left side over to LeClaire.
All right, there was definitely 2 things I wanted to mention. First, okay, what a rip there from Angelo. I mean, you could tell there was a lot of power on that, but got everything, I mean, pretty much past everything but the pipe. But then also, I got to give credit to Dylan Ruland for Plattsburgh State being able to get those 2 spin dodges off defenders while falling and getting that shot off. And it was a tough one for Hand to save.
Yeah, and Emmett Starwitz passes over to McConnell, who absolutely nails the top pipe to put the Lakers up 4-1 with 5 minutes left in this quarter. That was great work. Starwitz dodged over the top, drew the slide, found the open man, which was McConnell, and he ripped that shot.
And then just again, lack of like quick adjustments from Plattsburgh State. Again, Whitlock just kind of left him there, wasn't able to. Again, Plattsburgh State, we started to see them defensively ball watch a little bit, which is kind of concerning for them defensively. Whitlock has to be able to see the change and know that, hey, McConnell is open right out there. You need to move up quick, take away that passing lane, and he doesn't, and they pay the price for it.
Yeah, and Schroeder's going to kick that ball out, but the Cardinals are going to recover it with D-pull. Kevin Murray passes it over to the other side. Whitlock bringing the ball up by himself, bounce pass over the midline to number 23, Matt Nystrom, who passes it down to Gippy. Gippy fumbles the ball. Hard slap check from Parada. And as the whistle is blown, it is going to be a timeout for the Cardinals. With 4 minutes and 33 seconds left, 59 seconds left on the shot clock. I'm very excited to see what the Cardinals are going to be able to do through this timeout. They really do need to start slowing the ball down, making the easy passes, and keeping the ball in their offensive side of the field. They've been playing a lot of defense early in this game, and they need to give their poles a break.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind them playing at least an up-tempo offense. I mean, trying to really keep the defense on their toes. But they're just seeming like they're rushing. Obviously, like the good one, a good example is Gippy just on the run, trying to get that the odd-man rush situation with Urso and just overthrows him on a very simple pass. They need to just calm things down. Just don't try and rush things because they have had a lot of turnovers just by trying to just move quick. And I mean, it can be an advantage, but like as you need to be able to capitalize on some of those passes and chances. And if you're turning the ball over, then it's going to be all for nothing, and it's going to just continuously wear out the offense. So they need to take things slow, just set up the plays. Don't try and rush things because right now it clearly isn't working. And then defensively, they need to find a way just to at least stop ball watching. They need to be aware of the man they're supposed to be on. They need to know about their slides. They need quicker reactions because Oswego, they do a good job at drawing those slides with a lot of the pick and rolls they have. And Plattsburgh State needs to find a way defensively to adjust.
And as you mentioned, this Cardinal, they just need to calm down just a tad bit. They're making good plays on offense, but it all comes down to the turnovers. They already have 6 so far this game. But we're going to go into a little quick segment here, keys to the game. As something I haven't really mentioned yet is going to be winning the ground ball game. And so far, it is a very even matchup. Plattsburgh with 9 ground balls, Oswego with 10. And I feel like that is what this game is really going to come down to, is the physicality in between the offensive zones. You need to be able to pick up the ground balls and keep the ball on your offensive side. And that is going to be Urso, who dodges over the top, shoots, and a body save from Seamus' hand as Joey Zarcone picks up the ball, passes it over the midline over to Marr. And it is going to be a 5-on-5 quick matchup here. Marr still with the ball, rolls to his left, and gets it over to number 6, McConnell, a sophomore who scored the last goal for the Lakers.
Yeah, that was an excellent clear, and just good work on the patience from Marr, just to wait for the rest of the offense to get set up. And clearing for Oswego State has been decent for the most part, 76.7% going into this game. There are actually both teams have been really good at clears this season, with Plattsburgh State being over 80% on the clear.
Yeah, and it's going to be McConnell who passes it over to Elston, looking to set up a dodge down the right alley. He shoots, and a great save from Warhowski as it goes right into the stick of Whitlock, who runs down the right side, passes it over, fumbles the ball, and Urso's going to pick it up. As he passes it down to Rutland, who just fumbles the ball, couldn't handle onto that pass. And that's what we're talking about, is you just need to calm down. That's such a far pass to try to make, forcing offensive play. You're getting hit, but you just need to roll and find the closer open man there, and you might have an opportunity to score.
They just look very panicked. They're just trying to rush these passes and play quick sticks. But that's not a pass, that's not a situation where you're able to really do quick sticks on a far pass. And also, you can tell the pass was off target. It was basically a bouncer. Plattsburgh State needs to find a way to relax, take a breather, calm down. This isn't like the fourth quarter. You still have 3 more quarters after this. You're only down by 3. You can still come back from this. They just need to relax.
And it's going to be Elston who shoots, and a great save from Warhowski. Stick side high shot. Great save. He fumbles it a little bit, but passes it over to number 10, Wood, who passes down to Urso, who shoots, and it goes just high. I think that hit the stick of hands. But yeah. Urso is going to get his own backup there from his shot, and is going to stay Cardinals ball.
Yeah, what a save from hand. Literally just close up. That is a disadvantage for almost any goal. The majority of the time, that's an automatic goal for pretty much any ball carrier.
Rutland puts it in his right hand, gets the face dodge, shoots, and scores from about 12 meters away. That was a phenomenal shot. Stick side high, such a fast shot. Hand couldn't even see that, and he puts this game to a 2-point game.
Yeah, Roland did a good job just off of that dodge, and Oswego, it just seemed they were just a little slow to just getting someone to slide. I don't know if it was just miscommunication of who was supposed to pick up Roland on that, but there was just no slide that came up, and Roland had all the space in the world in the hole just to go in for that step-down shot and just rip a beauty top corner.
Yeah, Rutland just hit 20 goals this season, off that one right there. So he's been playing fantastic so far this season for the Cardinals offense. Stevens passes it over after the face-off win over to Parada. Parada gets it to Jones as Jones puts it in his left hand, dodging down the left alley. Being guarded by Timmy Wood as Jones passes it to X over to Coney. Jones over to LeClaire. That's a new face we haven't seen yet today. That's a freshman, Sam Coleman. As he passes it over to Stards, right back to Coleman. Coleman dodges to his left. Great defense from Francie there, being able to drive him out. As Coleman re-dodges, quick split dodge, passes it over to Coney. Coney looking at inside roll, doesn't, puts it in his left, and it just goes wide left of the goal. As Coleman picks up the easy ground ball there, passes it up to Starwitz, and great IQ play there from Mar, being able to keep the ball on their offensive side of the zone so they didn't get the over and back. Starwitz dodges down the right alley. Passes it right into the crease over to Coney. One-handed shot. That didn't work too well as number 7, Whitlock, picks the ball up for the Cardinals. Passes it into the middle. Over to Francie. Francie fumbles it. And Zarcone is going to pick that ball up. Braden, the last time we called a game together was against SUNY Brockport.
Yes.
And we talked a little bit about the new ride that these Lakers were putting in, the 10-man ride. And as you could have seen there, Joey Zarcone, long pull, was able to go over and double pull the on the offensive side of the field there. As flag gets thrown, Coleman shoots the ball, and he's down. That was a hard hit.
Yeah, helmet came off. Good to see that he automatically came back up. He definitely was feeling that, but man-up situation for the Lakers. They already converted. Well, they failed on the first attempt to look at the bounce back, but yeah, again, we started to see the 10-man ride, and pretty much what that is, pretty much everybody for whoever is on the ride, they are marked up on someone. That includes the goalie. The goalie is out of position, and he is marked up on someone. And it's a very physical, aggressive plan, pretty much, when defending the clear. And it worked so well against Brockport. Yes, Brockport was also a very young team. But even in this one, you're facing a team that has more talent overall, has been more consistent this season in Plattsburgh State. And so far, this 10-man ride has worked out so well for Oswego State.
Yeah, and that is going to be number 2, Kevin Murray, who's taking the penalty for the Cardinals. And a great pass from Trey Jones there, looking cross crease to what I mentioned earlier. Postel sitting on that back pipe. Postel fumbles the pass, though. Garrett Elston passes the ball, gets deflected by number 10, Timmy Wood. Great deflection there as Whitlock picks the ball up. And that is going to do it for this quarter as the Lakers are up 4-2 with 7 seconds left on the Cardinals penalty going into the second quarter. So, Braden, I want to talk a little bit more about the keys to the game here. I had in my notes shutting down this Plattsburgh attack. So far, Lakers have been doing a great job at being able to deflect passes, making the Cardinals make the hard passes, far passes, and getting the turnovers. The Cardinals are already at 9 turnovers just in the first quarter. So what can the Cardinals do to try to get that offense back up and running a tad bit here?
We talked about it all game long, and they need to slow things down. They've been pretty much, I feel a lot of those turnovers are self-induced turnovers. They've been shooting themselves in the foot by trying to play quick sticks, by trying to just rush things. You have a lot of time to work with. Utilize the talent you have. This is one of the best attack groups, I'd say, arguably in the SUNY with Urso, Gippy, and Ruland. I mean, Ruland already scored his 20th goal this season. Urso already over 25. I mean, he's been one of the top goal scorers in all the SUNY. And then Gippy has been super reliable with 25 points already this season, 14 goals, 11 assists. You have the talent. Just slow things down. Don't try and rush things. Especially also, you're facing a very talented defense that has a lot of veteran presence in Mar and company for Oswego State. So if you're Plattsburgh State, you need to just take a breather, calm things down. Just don't rush things. You still have a lot of time left in this game.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, this attack room is great. They are a force to be reckoned with. They have 85 points combined. Just those 3 starters, Urso, Gippy, and Ruland, so far this season. They're not an attack room to be taken as a joke. They can get the ball to each other. They can put the ball in the back of the net, and they have been playing phenomenal.
No, absolutely. They've been consistently one of the focal point of the offense this entire season so far for Plattsburgh State.
Yeah, and due to the penalty that happened right at the end of last quarter, it is going to be an automatic Lakers ball to start this quarter out. Or, excuse me, it's going to be Plattsburgh ball since they had possession last. As he gets double-teamed, Jones and LeClaire get the ball back for the Lakers. Jones cuts in. Between the legs shot as he goes into the crease, and a flag is thrown. Orhowski did a phenomenal job there being able to see that. That is such a hard shot to see. A quick in-between-the-legs shot is very cool to see, but sometimes it doesn't work, as you saw there, as Orhowski had his eye on the ball the entire time.
This is what differentiates some of the good goalies from the great goalies. Obviously, I know the stats for Orhowski isn't anything great with the save percentage, but goalies that are able to consistently make those saves in the 5-hole, getting their sticks from up high, down low, it requires a lot of fast reaction timing and constant training. The best goalies in the game that are able to do it, like Brett Dobson, it's just constant practice and having the good reaction time, and it's what makes those goalies elite and set them apart from other goalies. Yeah, you could have a great save percentage, but also, I mean, Orhowski's been great with the fact that he only is, going into this game averaging just around 8 goals allowed a game. That's the best in all of the conference. So Orhowski, he's a young guy. He still has at least about another year left still, and I think he definitely could take a new step forward his senior year.
Yeah, and that is going to be another penalty on number 10, Timmy Wood, for the Cardinals, as the Lakers are looking to finally capitalize on their fourth opportunity for man up, as Coney gets tripped up, and a whistle is going to be blown. It looked like it's a loose ball push as Jones picks the ball back up at the top of the restraining box. Jones flips it over to LeClaire, and there's going to be 10 seconds left on this. Coney shoots and scores with his left hand all the way up at the top of the restraining box. What a shot that was. Bottom right corner. Orhowski could not see that shot. That was fantastic.
I mean, it was the right read defensively from Whitlock to be able to come up on him. Obviously, you have an attackman on the side you have to worry about, so obviously you can't play aggressively on top of Coney, or you're just going to leave the back door wide open. But excellent shot from Coney, and going down bottom right corner, that's a tough shot to save, especially for Orhowski, as, even though he's a lefty, he's going against his dominant, well, actually, he's a righty. So he's going to have to go to the opposite corner. He can't get his stick down there, so you're relying on basically your leg to make the save.
Schroeder wins the faceoff. Quick pass over to LeClaire. And I didn't even realize that was Coney's third goal of the game, so he already hit a hat trick just in the beginning of the second quarter. So this Cardinals defense is going to have to do something to stop him, as the Lakers turn the ball over and get it over to Ruland, who passes it, and it's going to be a goal for the Cardinals from number 3, Jamie Gippy, and a flag is also going to be thrown on that play. That was a great goal, great stick movement, as we were talking about before. They needed to calm down a little bit and be able to make the easy pass, and that is exactly what Ruland just did there. He found the open man on the crease and was able to put it in to put the Cardinals back down 2 in this game. And
he didn't rush it. And he just saw Gippy was wide open, had enough time after he got by the defenseman that was on him. And by the looks of it, I believe it was Lamon that was guarding Gippy and just kind of lost him behind him as he was at least trying to get set back up defensively. And just great work from Ruland, taking his time, just getting the easy feed. And what a nice little goal there from Gippy. Just got a little low-to-low action against hand. And it's tough to make those saves, especially when you're up that close to the crease.
Yeah, it's very hard. And Keegan Stevens for the Lakers, number 15, got a penalty after the play was over. So it is going to give the Cardinals an automatic ball back, no face-off, as Francie is going to start with the ball. He passes it down over to Urso. Urso at X flips it over to Gippy. Gippy up to Francie. Back down to Gippy. Keenan with the ball. He passes it over to Urso. Back up to Ruland. Ruland with the ball. Dodges over the top. Right into the crease. That was Shattuck with the ball that caught the ball right in the crease. Couldn't really do anything as he was getting hit pretty hard.
I'm surprised they didn't feed it to Urso earlier. He was open backdoor a while. Mar obviously was in between there. He could knock the ball down, but no one was really even close to him. That is very lucky for Oswego State.
Urso! Shot and score on the bottom left-hand pipe behind Seamus Hand to put the Cardinals down 1 with 13:03 left in this first half. That was a great shot, great ball movement from the Cardinals. They were making this Lakers defense run in and out, slide early, and Urso was just able to put one right in the back of the net.
Just really tire them out. For the first part of that man up, Oswego State's defense did a really good job just kind of just staying in their own zone, not over pursuing, just that ball watching. But as they got tired, as you saw, Angelo had a little trouble trying to catch up to Urso, wasn't in the best position against his hips, and Urso had all the room in the world to work with to get that sidearm shot, again, showing off his dangerous, goal-scoring skills. That's already his 26th goal of the season.
And a whistle was blown on that faceoff as Zambito picked it up for the Cardinals. And now the ball is with Shattuck as he passes it over to Fenner. Fenner holding the ball, looking to set up this Cardinals offense. Looking to tie this game up as he dodges over the top, passes it down. Urso with the ball. Dodges inside, and a great stick check as the ref calls Urso in the crease, and it is going to be Lakers ball as sophomore Jack Lamon is going to pick this ball up for the Lakers.
Again, lucky again for the Lakers that wasn't possibly a goal. Looks like there was a miscommunication on the slide that happened there before the feed of Urso where there was a double team. Barb, I believe, should have stayed with Urso. There was no need for him to come up. Leaving Urso wide open like that was really, really risky and could have resulted in a goal, but lucky for Oswego State that he got a foot in the crease, so obviously, and also the shot was saved regardless, so.
Yeah, and the Lakers are going to start another offensive possession here with Starwitz at the top as he passes it over to Elston, who dodges over the top, down to a shot, and it goes wide right of the goal. Coney there for the backup, though.
Good physicality from Whitlock. Way to redeem himself after a rough start to this game. Just playing physical on McConnell and really forcing him no way to make adjustments or anywhere to go.
Yeah, and Coney getting guarded there. Passed it up to McConnell, who just fumbled the pass. Ball back with McConnell. Passes it over to Elston. Elston dodges down left alley. Looks to draw a slide. Nothing there. Couple roll dodges. He shoots, and what a save. That almost went right in between the legs of Orhowski. Coney gets the ball back on the pass, shoots, and a great save from Orhowski. Flies up in the air, and the Cardinals are going to recover this ball. That was a fantastic save. Great heads-up play for there. Great reaction time out of Orhowski. And that's what we're talking about. That's what makes good goalies great. And that was one of those plays.
Oh, absolutely. It's just we've seen both goalies being able to do that.
Urso gets tripped up. He passes it right over to Gippy, who gets his second goal of the game. That is what we are talking about, is the ball movement. Since the Cardinals came out of that first time out earlier in the first quarter, these Cardinals offense has been unstoppable. They are making quick and easy passes and finding the open man right on the crease. And that's what's tying this game up right now with 5-5 with 11 minutes left in this first half.
They're finally able to get those passes off with speed now. They're kind of just figuring out the rhythm. It took a little bit to do it, but first of all, that was a just phenomenal pass from Ursel. Slipped and was down again, but it seems again in the fast breaks, Oswego State is having trouble getting the defense back and sub. Gippy again got behind Lamb, and that is the second time it's already happened today. Oswego State needs to be able to get set defensively faster off those fast breaks.
Yeah, and that faceoff was Alexander Klecha, who just picked up his 19th ground ball of the season, a long pull faceoff since Austin Schroeder went early last time. Lakers ball. Angelo passes it over to Zarcone. Zarcone over to Coney, excuse me.
That was the third face-off win of this season, by the way, for Klecha. He is 3 for 4, so 75% at the face-off circle. Not too bad at all for the long pole.
Yeah, not bad at all. And a whistle is going to be called. It is going to be offsides on the Lakers.
You could just tell the momentum shift. The energy is really there at the Cardinals bench. Obviously, it started, thanks to that huge, just little shake and bake from Ethan Francie that got Zarcone to slip, and then obviously the goal. We'll see if they'll be able to keep this momentum going.
Yeah, exactly. And talking about momentum, Francie has been doing a great job so far this game as Lynn gets a great over-the-head check. And it's going to be Rutland with the ball as he's looking to set another offensive possession and possibly take the lead, their first lead of this game.
Yeah, going back to Francie, already has 2 assists this game, 2 ground balls, a caused turnover, already making his presence felt. Nothing like crazy, obviously, on the stat sheet when it comes to goals, but he's showing that he can be a reliable player offensively and defensively.
Yeah, and that's going to be a matchup, Francie and Postel there. As the ball gets wrapped around to the right side, down to Urso at X. Urso looking for cutters, being guarded by freshman Joey Zarcone. Urso dodges over the top, rolls back. Great defense from Zarcone. That's going to be Francie looking to dodge. He shoots and it goes wide left, but Gippy's there for the backup to keep it with the Cardinals. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Being guarded by Lamon. Gippy dodges over the top. Gets open, and a great check from Lamon. Caused turnover and ground ball for him as he passes it up to Stevens. Stevens over the midline. Looking for his left. Over to LeClaire.
Yeah, that was a great cross turnover, Lamb. Last second, I mean, again, he's been struggling with constantly getting beat with the speed and athleticism, but he saw that Gippy was low enough for the shot from going probably low to high from the looks of it, so he made that quick adjustment, just getting the stick in there just to break out the possibility of the shot and way to just create that cross turnover. That was excellent last-second adjustment from Jack Lamb, the sophomore.
Yeah, Lammen, 6'3" sophomore defender. He does a great job, as you mentioned. And that's going to be Elston, who snipes the top right corner. Great shot from him. Looked like that was an assist from number 8, Starwitz. And the Lakers are going to keep their lead here, 6-5, with 8:37 left in this first half.
That was just good offensive setup from the Lakers. First, Elston used to slip through, pretty much confused the two defensive middies up top. They looked kind of lost there for a second. It was almost like they were trying to set up a double team on the ball carrier, and that slip there from Elston was so smooth and had all the room in the world, pretty much left the defense confused. No one was able to have the time to really make the adjustment and go up and make the slide towards Elston. And Elston, when he has the ball in his stick, I mean, he's just dangerous. We all know that. 16th goal of the season for him.
Yeah, he is a great shooter for this Lakers offense. And as we are looking to set up another faceoff, looks like it is going to be number 39, Alexander Kletcher, yet again. Let's see if he can continue his win streak on faceoffs.
Yeah, already 1 for 1 today. Interesting seeing that he's actually back out there again and no Austin Sirota.
Yeah, and as we also can see, that's O'Hare back out on faceoff as number 37. Aiden Deegan has been taking most of the faceoffs so far this game. It's going to be a hold on Plattsburgh, and it is going to be, a hold on the Lakers, and it's going to be Plattsburgh ball as Zambito picks up the ball for the Cardinals as they get their offensive personnel onto the field.
Angelo will mark him up, so it'll be an interesting shorty versus shorty matchup there.
Rutland with the ball, passes it over to 22, Shatuk. And here comes Tim Keenan. Keenan dodges right down the right alley, passes it up. Shatuk over to Rutland. Rutland puts it in his left hand. Down to Keenan. Over to Gippy at X. Looking to set up a dodge here. Being guarded by a short stick D midi. That's a matchup that you love to see. Shorty on shorty at X. Gippy rolls onto the inside, tries to get a pass over, but doesn't connect with number 53, Tim Keenan, as it is going to be a turnover. And a flag is thrown.
Yeah, I wonder what exactly the flag is.
It does seem like it is going to be Lakers ball still, as Keenan does walk off and starts taking a knee in the box. It's going to be a penalty.
Before that, I was going to mention it was a great last-second slide from Seamus Devine to force just the off-target pass. After he's that, and he just sitting in the hole, just comes out, pops out, try to play physical to get on the hips. Good work from Seamus Devine. Again, veteran presence there as a D midi. He has been one of the better D middies for this Oswego team.
Yeah, 100% new player here for the Lakers defense, making a statement late into the season. As Coney tries to get the pass right into the center of the crease to LeClaire, doesn't connect, and the Cardinals recover as Francie picks up the ground ball, gets through the double team, and gets over the midline, killing this penalty. That's going to be Urso who catches it, shoots and scores! Great fast break play there from the Cardinals to tie this game up with 7:30 left in this first half. The Lakers just looked like they were a little lost there. They, like we've mentioned, the 10-man ride, it's so hard when your goalie and two defenders are in a zone and your last defender is over the midline. It causes so many fast breaks, and if you can't drop in the hole quick enough, things like that are going to happen where Urso can just walk right in and put one in the back of the net to tie this game up.
Yeah, second goal for him in this contest. It's second goal of the season actually for this team on the man down. That was just excellent work. And going back also to the penalty that happened with Keenan, it was called a unsportsmanlike conduct, so probably some words were said and the ref heard it, but again, just good work. The fast break has been so good for Plattsburgh State. It's definitely one of their strong suits and what's kept them in this contest.
It's going to be an interference call, it seems, on number 39, Alexander Kletcher, as Zambito picked the ball Rulin.
You gotta give credit to the man down as well for Plattsburgh State. They're facing the best man-up unit in the entire SUNY. Again, going into this game, Oswego State was coming with around a 57% success rate on the man-up, and they've been completely shut down so far. They are, outside of giving up the one goal, but 1 for 4 so far. This defensively, this man-down unit for Plattsburgh State has been terrific.
Yeah, their defense has been playing great, being able to shut this Lakers offense down, which some teams have been seeing very high problems with so far this season. And it's going to be another shorty-on-shorty matchup down at X, with Fenner with the ball being guarded by Stevens. As a cutter up top, shoots. That was number 53, Tim Keenan, who shoots it, went wide left, but Gippy's there for the backup.
And
that's going to be Shatuk with the ball as he passes it over to Gippy, back over to Shatuk. Shorty-on-shorty matchup again. Shatuk dodges to his right, and it goes right behind the cage, hits the back of the net. Gippy there yet again for backup.
that was just great defense overall from Cam Stakowski, the freshman, just staying on the hips, not over pursuing, just kind of shoving out a little bit, creating a little space, but nothing really much room to work with. That was just good defensive work from Stakowski.
And here's the matchup we've been talking about, Urso on Mar. Urso gets over as the shot clock runs out, and it is going to be Hand picking the ball up at X for the Lakers, looking to set up a clear here.
Yeah, Mar won that battle on that one. Just, again, great physicality and staying in the hips, even though Urso did get a little bit of the edge and a boost towards the end to get that shot off. Again, he was falling down at the same time. That's not an easy shot to be able to make. Good work defensively from Mar, playing physical, just staying on the hips, not over pursuing. Pretty much if you're a defenseman, the big thing is just reading the hips, just so you don't get faked out and at least you can contain.
Yeah, and that was going to be Stevens that just brought the ball over for the Lakers. He's been doing a great job so far this season. An absolute tank when it comes to being able to clear the ball. And a flag is going to be thrown in the Lakers' offensive zone.
Yeah, as Leclerc got knocked down as he was making that pass, so it was probably just for the hit there and going to, as Francie again, that's going to be going into the, that's going to be penalized. So a lot of penalties, I will say, have been against this Plattsburgh team, and it's kind of like uncharacteristic. Well, they do lead in the penalties category when compared to both these teams, 46-39 going into the game.
But it is very unlike Francie to see that out of him. As that's going to be a shot from Leclerc at the top of the restraining box. Stick side high right on Orhowski. As the Lakers do recover the ball back over the midline. As Zarcone passes it over to Jones. Gets caught up. And it is going to be number 2 for the Cardinals, Murray, who picks the ball back up. Looking to set up a clear here.
Back-to-back man-ups that we saw from Oswego State, and they just seem to be rushing things. Like, they just get 1 feet off, and then they'll take a shot from the top of the restraining line. Like, just try and feed the ball around a little bit more.
Yeah, and the Lakers are going to recover this ball. Yet again, Leclerc, far side, number 44, transfer. As the Lakers are looking to set up their offensive personnel here on the field. As Starwitz, Elston, and Postel, 3 great offensive middies so far for the Lakers this season, run on, looking to set something up here. Starwitz down the left, passes it up to Elston. Elston playing a little bit of cat and mouse there. Passes it over to Postel, down to Coney. Coney dodges to his right. Picks the ball back up, looking to wrap around. Over to Elston. Elston. Great takeaway check there from Murray as he picks the ball up. Little flip pass. Murray with the ball. Over to Whitlock. Whitlock can't handle that, though, as he picks the ground ball back up, though. Over the midline. Lynn with a great takeaway check. He gets hit hard, though, and the Lakers are going to continue with the ball. Referee just set a little pick there for number 22, Shatuk, though.
Yeah, what a bruising hit that just came from Fenner. Just that was a clean check. I mean, just brought his fist together, got down low, just drove through the body. Beautiful check.
And that's what the refs are looking for. They don't want to see the cross checks where your hands are very far apart. It's a clean hit when your hands are together and you push off. And you saw Lynn got hit hard there. And that's going to be Fenner with the ball as he dodges down to the left, passes it back up to Rulland. Rutland bringing it down the left alley. Rutland looking to set up a dodge on number 14, LSM Logan Lynn. And that's going to be a shot from Fenner right to the stick of Hand as he passes it up to Stevens. Stevens, like I mentioned, a clearing tank so far for this Lakers defense this year, as he does get over the midline, trips up a little bit, but does get the ball into the offensive zone. Stevens still with the ball as he finally does pass it down to LeClaire.
And it's just crazy because it's not like Stevens is a very big player overall, only standing at 5'11", doesn't have a lot of weight on him. But he's just so tough at just being able just to shrug off checks and has a lot of speed where he's able to just power through. He's not tanky as physically, but just the way he's able just to brush off these checks and just keep going is impressive.
Yeah, and Starwitz passes it down to Elston. Elston goes just high. And Coney is going to pick up the backup here for the Lakers. Coney in the bottom right-hand side of the corner, being guarded by Murray. He gets right past Murray. Coney shoots, and it goes wide left. LeClaire there for the backup, though, for the Lakers. And if you like action, romance, and highbrow humor, you might want to check out Oh Boy, a show so funny it might make you say, oh boy. Watch now only on WTOP 10. And that is going to be a shot from LeClaire, who scores, putting the Lakers up 7-6 here with 1 minute and 52 seconds left in this first half.
LeClaire just using his agility and that athleticism, just be able to weave his way through the defense. It's really tough as a deep hole just to be able to contain him. Obviously, you have the long stick, but it's really easy for you to over pursue or just be left just stranded pretty much when facing him. Good work just to use athleticism to create space for himself and just get open and be able just to bury that one top right corner on a lefty shot.
Yeah, and as Schroeder finally takes another faceoff here for the Lakers, he does have a newly wrapped knee bandage on his left leg. So I'm guessing that is why Alexander Kletcha was taking the faceoffs for the Lakers. It is going to be Cardinals ball as Zambito picks up the ball and gets it over to Rutland in their offensive side of the field. Rutland over to Shatuk. Shatuk just holding the ball in the top right-hand side here, being guarded by number 38, Gavin Angelo. Shatuk down the alley as he passes it back up to Rutland. Rutland spin dodge, looking for something. Wasn't there as over to Urso. Urso dodges over the top on Marr. Over to Keenan. Keenan being guarded by short stick D Mitty Stakovsky. Great defense there. As Fenner has the ball. Passes it back up to Shatuk. With 48 seconds left here, 22 on the shot clock. Fenner in the back corner. As I keep mentioning, this shorty-on-shorty from X is such a dangerous dodge, and you need to be ready for a slide if you're the Lakers defense. As Keenan gets the ball, shoots, and it hits Seamus' hand, rolling out of bounds. Shatuk is going to be there, though, for the backup for the Cardinals. Shatuk bringing the ball in the bottom left-hand side of the corner, and a timeout is going to be called on the Lakers.
Gotta say, that was an overall solid defense from Oswego State. Outside of the little bit of the over pursuit from Stakovsky, they just did a good job overall moving around picks and keeping an eye on their respective players that they're supposed to be marked up on. It's a mix of man and zone coverage pretty much that the defense really is utilizing in a way. They have their man they're responsible to kind of just stick towards and while also still staying in a tight zone. They've done just a good job just getting through these picks. I will have to say, though, the picks that we've seen from Plattsburgh State, especially offensively, haven't been the best, and they need to be set up a little bit better to be able to create more of that separation and confusion defensively. They haven't been placed in the right areas, and the offense, they need to figure out these plays to really create more of that separation because you cannot just throw random picks and expect it to work against a team as very disciplined and fundamentally sound as the Lakers.
Yeah, this Lakers defense has stepped up their game heavily in these last 10 minutes of the game, but they still do look a little bit lost out there. They've only let up 6 goals so far in this first half, so I'm curious to see what kind of adjustments Daniel Whitmer makes for this Lakers going into the halftime.
Yeah, they're definitely just going to try and hunker down again. Just keep doing what they were doing, especially on that that possession that Plattsburgh State has. Just staying on your respective man, do not get caught ball watching, and just being able to get around those picks. I mean, we saw the pick that was set on Mar. He got around it with ease to stay on Urso. He did an excellent job there, just taking away a possible scoring opportunity for the Cardinals. That's all that the Lakers have to do if they want to be able to walk out of the first half with the lead still.
Yeah, and Fenner's going to bring Devine down to X. Fenner to his right hands as Rudland picks up the ball. It's going to be Zarcone who picks up the ground ball for the Lakers with 13 seconds here left in the first. Parada looks to shoot, passes it over, gets knocked down. Thankfully, Cardinals did not pick that ball back up, though, and Mar is going to throw it deep into the bottom side of the field. So that was a great first half there. Great physicality out of both teams. Lakers going into the second half up 1 goal, 7-6. What are your first half thoughts, Braden?
Overall, it has been a very even matchup, both good and bad from both sides. Obviously, the goalie play from both teams has been excellent. Seamus Hand and Orhosky have been absolutely dominant in both ends. And then we got to see the offense for Plattsburgh State. A rough first quarter, but they started really pick it up, really started to play with their speed and actually get those accurate passes off. And started also slowing down a little bit more, which is what they needed to do offensively. And the defense for Oswego State, after a rough start to that second quarter, started to make adjustments. But they just got to get back to the high-flying offense they had, especially in the first quarter, entering the second quarter. Just being able to just kind of create the confusion for Plattsburgh's defense, getting guys through to slip through towards the hole, force a lot of mismatches. That was what's working so well for the Lakers in this game. And they just have to keep doing that. But again, also Plattsburgh State have done a good job defensively making adjustments. They're not out of position as much as they were, especially in that first quarter. So both good and bad that we have seen from both sides in this very tight matchup.
Yeah, and going back, I think that this game is all going to be coming down to the goalie matchup. Orhowski already with 7 saves this game, Hand with 5. Both goalies have been playing fantastic, and they are keeping each other's teams in this game. With the halftime score of 7-6. We are going to throw to a quick break. I'm Matt Rudolph, joined alongside Braden Peters. We will see you in a few minutes. Hello and welcome back. My name is Matt Rudolph, joined alongside Braden Peters. If you're just tuning in, this is the SUNYAC matchup between the Oswego State Lakers and the SUNY Plattsburgh Cardinals. That was a fantastic first half we first had. Lakers are currently up 7-6. I want to start off with these last few minutes of the for starters for 8 for the Lakers. Emmett Starwitz. Braden, how has he been playing so far this game?
Yeah, I know we talked about him earlier today as a player to watch and a facilitator, and he's been the definition of that. Second in the team on points in this game with 3 assists already. He has just got, again, great IQ of knowing where his guys are, where the right feeds are, especially if he needs to make the necessary skip pass. He has just got great eyes for the field and just great lacrosse IQ that any coach, if they see him, they'd be just salivating, want to have a guy like him on their team.
Yeah, he already, as you mentioned, has 3 assists so far this game. He has been playing fantastic. Another player that I want to talk about more on the Plattsburgh side of the field is Peter Urso. He has 2 goals so far this game. He's got a tough defensive matchup against number 16 Colton Marr for the Lakers. But Urso already has 2 goals and an assist, 3 points so far this game. I am expecting to see him do a lot more going into this half, especially since he currently has 39 points so far this season, leading his team in goals and tied for assists, 25 goals and 11 assists. He's been playing great offense. And as we had mentioned earlier in the game too, this Cardinals offense is not a force to be reckoned with. You have Urso, Gippy, and Rutland, who, as I mentioned earlier, have 87 combined points so far this season. And it is just... It's great. Like they just know where each other are on the field at all times, and they play fantastic together. So I'm excited to see what this Cardinals offense pulls out of their pocket coming out of this half.
Yeah, I know we had questions about how Plattsburgh was going to do coming into this. Yes, they are a very all-around very good team overall if you look at the stats. But it's just you're looking at the schedule, the wins they have. They crushed hard. I mean, some of the wins they had. They beat Alfred State, who has been consistently really good. They beat Curry College and Norwich. Beat Norwich 18-8, Curry College 10-7, beat Vermont State Castleton 18-8, New England College 2010. Not teams that are really well known for being any good programs in D3 lacrosse at all. But then you lose to Utica 10-9, who they've been middle of the road in the SUNYAC and barely beating New Paltz, who is towards the bottom of the pack for the SUNYAC. There were questions going in, I think we had about can New Paltz translate this success against the weaker teams, against some of these more well-rounded teams, and so far they have. I mean, I would predict that this game was going to be a 15-7 game in favor of Oswego. Odds are that is not going to be how the final score is going to be.
Yeah, and as you just mentioned, final score. We didn't really say what we thought our score predictions were going to be at the beginning of the game. So with the score 7-6, Braden, what do you think the final score for the rest of this second half is going to be?
I'm going to say it's going to be a tight 11-10 victory for Oswego State. I think they're just going to be able to pull the victory out. I just feel like they have a clutch factor that we've seen from them before, especially from some of the reliable players like Starwitz and also Elston.
Yeah, you said 11-10. I am going to also stick with that 10 for the Cardinals, but I'm going to go a little higher. I think that this Oswego offense is going to start pulling their stuff together right now. I think the final score for the rest of this game is going to be 14-10. So let's see how the rest of this game plays out as the faceoff starts. That is going to be O'Hare and Schroeder, both starting faceoffs, Fogos for each team. As the Cardinals win that faceoff, that's going to be Rutland starting with the ball, looking to set up an early offensive possession here for the Cardinals going into the second half.
Try to go the fast break right off the bat, off that quick face-off win from O'Hara. But good work from Oswego's defense just to be ready and get into position and make those slides in time to be able to at least avoid possible any quick stick passes coming from the Cardinals.
And that's going to be Shatuk, who dodges down the alley, draws a slide, and passes it down to Urso at X. New matchup that we haven't seen. Urso being guarded by Jack Lamon. Lamon, great job pushing Urso out as Urso gets the ball over to Fenner. Fenner at the top of the restraining box, being guarded by number 15 short stick D midi Keegan Stevens. Fenner down the alley, dodges it, draws another slide, passes it back over to Urso at X. Urso gets over the top. Great save there as Hand gets onto his hands and knees and makes a fantastic save there. Zarcone with the ball. He passes it far over to Marr. Marr right into the center of the field, over to Divine. Divine gets over the midline. looking to get double teamed, but gets out of it as he passes it over to McConnell.
Lamon and Urso has some exchange of words after knocking each other over, but just good physicality from Lamon again, using that 6'4" frame of his to his advantage against Urso. It's what you need if you're facing a guy like Urso, who has a good frame too, 6 foot, 220 pounds.
Yeah, and this is a player to watch here that we had just mentioned, number 8, Emmett Starwitz for the Lakers, looking to get his first goal of the game, but he already has 3 assists, so he's doing his fair share on this offensive side of the field. As the Lakers do throw the ball away there, it is going to be Francie who picks the ball back up. Fast break, shot, and a fantastic save from goalie Seamus Hand, one-on-one, as he makes a deep pass over to Coney. Fast break for the Lakers. LeClaire over to Trey Jones, who shoots and scores. What an offensive play that was for the Lakers from the defensive side of the field. Quick transition over to the offensive side of the field. That was fantastic.
Beautiful on both ends, just beautiful. I mean, as a lacrosse guy myself, I am just smiling with joy seeing that on both ends for both teams. Great fast break from Plattsburgh State. They have done an excellent job with that. But as a former goalie, my God, what a save from Seamus Hand. One-on-one at the crease, stuffing that shot and then forcing the fast break the other way, and it was just smooth, quick sticks to set up Trey Jones, and the Cardinals struggled to get back in time to set up the defense. That was just a beautiful recipe for success for Oswego State. That was just delicious to watch.
Yeah, and can we talk about number 24, Hayden Coney, from that pass from Seamus Hand? He looked like Odell Beckham Jr. out there, jumping up backwards, one-handed all the way up in the air, catch, and still gets the pass off. Fantastic out of the Lakers. As now the Cardinals do have the ball, a flag is thrown, and the ball is currently in the stick of Dylan Rutland as he passes it over to Shatuk.
So we got a slow whistle by the looks of it against Oswego. I think it was for a little unnecessary roughness that came defensively on the part of Austin Sirota.
Shatuk with the ball as he passes it over to Keenan. Keenan dodges down the left alley, draws a slide. Back up to Rutland, who gets it over. Down to Gippy. Gippy can't handle that pass, and the ball will go into the crease right into the stick of Hand. The whistle will be blown, though, as it looks like this penalty is on freshman number 18, Cameron Stojakovic, who runs off the field here as the man-down unit comes on for the Lakers. And the Cardinals are going to start the ball back up.
Yeah, and looking into start, it looks like they're just trying to figure things out with the stoppage here. But quickly, just to talk about this, coming out of halftime, going in with the halftime adjustments both teams need to make. I know we already talked about this going into halftime itself, but just the defense for Oswego State, they just need to keep doing what they're doing, just settling down, not pursuing, sticking to their assignments. And same as the offense, they just got to keep pushing the ball like they have been, just creating a lot of those matchups that are in their favor, getting guys constantly moving around. It's the big reason why they still have the lead.
Yeah, and both teams on the offensive and defensive side of the field, especially Cardinals offense and Lakers defense, both teams have really been locking it down. It was a very sloppy start for both teams, and they've both done a fantastic job at being able to turn it around and start playing the way that they should be. And a quick bounce shot there goes right over the top of the net, and Gippy is going to bring the ball in from X as he passes it down to Urso.
That was just a tough shot from Keenan. I mean, Lamon came in and just drove right through his stomach. That was a clean check, by the way. Good work for him to use his size.
Yeah, and that was going to be a pass from Rutland over to Gippy, which just barely connected. That was, I think, going to be a goal. Gippy was right on the back post, and Hand could not get there. They did not connect, and it is going to be Lakers ball as Lamon brings the ball in here for the Lakers, passes it over to Hand.
Yeah, it looks like for the moment there, I think Lamon was just opposition, just kind of got caught ball watching, forgot about Gippy there.
And a hard hit, late flag, a very, very hard hit. That looked like a cross-check in the head on number 8, Emmett Starwitz, and it is going to be Lakers ball.
Yeah, that's a clear as day penalty. I mean, you chuck up that high, you are asking to get penalized by the rest. That looks like Francie was the one who is responsible for that. So, again, discipline, again, has been an issue for Plattsburgh State. That's another thing that they needed to fix going into this half, is eliminating the penalties. Yes, they've done a good job on the man down, but sooner or later, Oswego State's man up is going to break through. They have, again, the best man up unit in the entire SUNY going this game with a 57.1 success rate, 20 goals and 35 man up attempts. So at some point they're going to be able to generate those goals, and those penalties are going to just be a killer for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and that's going to be on Francie, as you mentioned again. He came off of SUNYAC Player of the Week last season, and now he has 3 or 4 penalties so far this game. So this is very unlikely for him, as the Lakers were unable to do anything with their offensive man-up possession here, as the Cardinals are looking to clear the ball. That pass is over to Kevin Murray. Murray throws it far over to Rutland. Rutland can't handle that pass, and Lynn is going to let that ball roll out of bounds and set up the clear for the Lakers. Stevens starting with the ball. Passes it right over to number 9, Logan Postel.
Yeah, this man down unit for Plattsburgh State has what's kept them really in it. I mean, 6 already times they were down a man. They only have given up 1 goal, and that was the hat trick that Coney had earlier. I believe it was around the second quarter. But actually, don't strike that first quarter. But still, it's a big reason why they have.
And a shot from Elston just barely misses the top right pipe. Goes out of bounds, but Jones is there for the backup, as the Cardinals are still man down here. As you just mentioned, Braden, this defense has done a fantastic job at being able to stop this man-up play. And Postel gets it on the back pipe, jump shot, and just barely misses the net. It is going to be Lakers ball, as they are still man up. I don't know how long this penalty was for. It's not up on the board.
I think it was 30 seconds.
Like it was 30 seconds to a minute, though. LeClaire passes it into the middle, but Starwitz was unable to hold on to that pass.
Actually, it's showing up as 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
That was a pretty quick 2 minutes, if you ask me.
Well, that's something that we had mentioned even earlier in the game, was cross-checks compared to legal hits, where when your hands are out, they're going to call a cross-check on you when you push and shove them out like that. But if your hands are together and you hit them nice and hard, that is going to be a very clean and legal hit. And what happened to Starwitz was definitely not clean.
Oh, yeah, especially if you're checking out towards the head. And the other thing, too, you forgot about to mention, even with cross-checking, is that if your hands are not together and you're checking with the stick itself, like the shaft of the stick, you're going to get penalized every day of the week by the refs for that.
Yeah, and as the Cardinals are looking to kill this, or as they just finished killing their penalty, it's going to be number 17, Fenner, with the ball as he shoots, and Angelo picks up the ball.
That was just a great save from
Yeah, it was. Lynn rips it, and it just, bounce shot just goes high of the net. He was looking for his first goal of the season. That was a great shot out of him, a lot of power, and it's so hard for goalies to see where a long pole is going to be shooting the ball. There's so much whip and torque on that ball that it's almost impossible to see sometimes, especially when a pole shoots it.
It's really tough to be able to make those saves. Yeah, like just the whip on long poles is insane. But also the only issue with having long poles and shooting with them is the accuracy. It's really tougher to get accurate shots with the longer shaft of a long pole. So,
and Francie with a fantastic defensive play on number 8, Emmett Starwitz, as he gets the ball out of his stick, gets the cause turnover, ground ball, and yet again clears it. That is not the first time that we have seen him do that so far this game. I want to say that's his second or time man-to-man defense that has happened. And what even surprises me more about that matchup is Starwitz is usually the player for the Lakers that gets the long pole priority when it comes to the LSM on their defensive side of the field. And they have enough trust in Francie to be able to keep that matchup for himself, which I was not expecting coming into this game today.
I mean, it's understandable. I mean, majority of the time that's absolutely very uncommon, but...
And that's going to be a shot from Rutland that goes just wide right. Gippy is going to be there for the backup, though.
Yeah, going back to what I was saying, like Francie hit, like again, coming off of the week where he was named Defensive Player of the Week, 6 cause turnovers in one game from a midfielder, especially a guy who's mostly playing on the offensive end, is absolutely just insane. So you could tell he's been on a hot streak. Makes sense that the coaching staff has enough trust on him to, hey, you have the athleticism and the technique to be able to take on the best offensive player on the team.
And that's going to be Rutland, who shoots it, and it goes right into the stick of Lamon. Hits his stick, though, rolls out of bounds, and it is still going to be Cardinals ball.
18 seconds on the shot clock right now, 7:08 for this game. Right now, things have kind of died down offensively for both ends. I mean, only one goal scored in this third quarter so far, and we're already almost halfway through.
Yeah, and there's going to be a little mix-up here on the Lakers' defensive side of the field as Keenan is being guarded by Keegan Stevens and brings him down to X, looking for the shorty on shorty. Gippy with the ball, looking to set something up here. He passes it up over to Shatuk. Shatuk back down to Keenan. Keenan dodges down the alley into his left hand, draws a slide, back up to Urso. Urso shoots, and right into the stick of Seamus Hand. That's a very disciplined save. That Hand is fantastic at saving. And yet again, another fantastic pass from him over to Devine. Devine over to Leclerc, who shoots, and it just barely goes in the net. Great save from Orhowski there. Both of these goalies, like we had mentioned earlier in the half, they are both fantastic. They have been playing great today. They're keeping each other's teams in this game, and it's only 8-6. Both goalies have been doing a great job. They faced a lot of shots, and they're almost equal in saves. I think they're just about almost at 10 saves each currently. And that's going to be a turnover on the Cardinals as Mar shoots, and that's yet another bounce pass from this Lakers defense. Long pulls that goes just high off the bounce shots.
Yeah, they're both around 10 saves. Orhowski has 9, Hand with 8 so far. But going back to that save, I mean, first of all, if that was a goal from Leclerc, that would have been nasty. Off the spin dodge, stubbly towards the crease, trying to get the shot up, but excellent work from Orhowski, just keeping the ball in front of him, being in the right position, and it wasn't like the most difficult shot to be able to save. It was at least towards his side, so able to get at least, especially since the shot was towards his dominant side, able to get the stick down low, but he has been great. Again, just these goalies showing why they are some of the best in the SUNY, but also even in D3 lacrosse itself.
Yeah, and as the Plattsburgh Cardinals pick up their 9th penalty of the game. That one is going to be on number 17, Steven Fenner, midfielder. And the Lakers are going to look to hopefully capitalize on this since their man up crew has not been doing too hot today. They're only 1 for 7, looking to finally do something. As Leclerc gets a nice dodge, trips up number 2, Kevin Murray for the Cardinals. Little ankle break there. Postel shoots and scores from a beautiful pass from Hayden Coney all the way up top. I keep mentioning it. Postel is always sitting on that back pipe, and it is so hard to keep him guarded when this Lakers offense is meant to have this entire defense rotate, and that is what they do best as they move to 2-7 on their man-up opportunities so far today.
It's their pretty much bread and butter every time we see it on the man-up. Postel will always he normally used to be actually an attackman back in the day when playing at Brockport before coming over here to Oswego, but just coming around almost undetected. If you are the D-man that is supposed to be covering the hole, you're supposed to at least keep your eye behind you just in case if anyone's a backdoor. And again, ball watching has been a little bit of an issue from Plattsburgh State so far, and it was a big reason why that goal happened.
Schroeder wins the faceoff, and a bounce shot goes just wide left. It's going to stay Lakers ball. But going back to that goal just now, that assist from Coney makes that his 5th point of the game, moving him to 28 points so far this season, 5 of them, as I mentioned, coming from today. So he's having a day for this Lakers offense. As the Lakers are going to continue with the ball here, as the ball is up top with Starwitz, with other midfielders, Ethan McConnell and Garrett Elston. McConnell with the ball, top of the restraining box. He dodges down to his right, pass it over to Elston. Elston fake shoots, rips one, and it's a bounce shot right into the stick of Ryan Behringer. And what a takeaway check that was from Whitlock. Got right into the stick of Behringer and was able to get the ball into Francie's stick as Francie passes it, and that goes right over to Rudland, who shoots into the bottom right-hand corner, giving him his 3rd goal, I'm pretty sure, of today, making this game a 2-point game, 9-7 Lakers with 4:40 left in this 3rd quarter.
Actually, it'll be his 2nd goal for the contest. He's had a lot of scoring opportunities, but again, still, it's been an issue for Oswego State off the fast break, trying to get the defense set up. It doesn't help when you're facing a team that has such athleticism in their attacks and midfielders. Rudland is definitely one of the more shiftier, faster guys on this Cardinals team, and he was just able to blow by the defense of Oswego State, and they just could not catch up with him. And just what a feed to him to be able to set up that one-on-one opportunity with the goalie.
Yeah, and it looks like O'Hare has like a new breath of fresh air or something coming into this third quarter. He's been doing fantastic so far after we didn't really see much out of him on the faceoff, too much in the first half. But the Lakers are going to call a timeout. There's 4:36 left here in the third quarter. And if you're looking for a new show to watch through WTOP 10, join Rob Finger and his panel of hockey enthusiasts guest talk on Hockey Talk, covering anything from SUNY play to the NHL. Because if it's hockey, it's on Hockey Talk, only on WTOP 10. So something that we haven't mentioned yet today, Braden, is the coaching battle. Both coaches are newer. Andrew Daly in his 4th year as a head coach here, and Ned Blasky for the Cardinals in his 2nd year. Both coaches have been doing a pretty good job so far coaching. Nablasky is 12-10 overall so far in his coaching career here at the Plattsburgh. 3-5 in conference overall. On the other hand, Andrew Daly's 34-18 overall in the last 4 years, 17-5 in conference. So both coaches having a pretty good start to their coaching careers at the SUNY level.
Oh, absolutely, and having that youth as well with some of those coaches, it definitely helps kind of translate with some of the players and having someone you could relate to a little bit. But I also just love the styles, especially with their younger approaches. I mean, with the Blasky itself, very fast. Like his style, from what I've seen, he's very fast-paced, getting the offense up and down the field, putting the emphasis on the fast breaks. That's kind of his style, just a very run-and-gun kind of offense, would you like to say, pretty much. So, and it's been effective, and it helps, obviously, when you have the kind of guys like on this roster with the help of Ruland who have the speed to be able to help with those fast break opportunities.
Yeah, exactly, Braden. And that was going to be number 17, Fenner, who started with the ball for the Cardinals as he gets it over to Keenan. Keenan dodges down the alley, being guarded by number 18, Stokovsky. Urso passes it up over to Rutland. Rutland flirting with a hat trick today. He's looking for his 3rd goal of the game as he dodges over the top. Down to Fenner. Fenner shoots, and it goes just wide left of the goal. Gippy there for the backup.
It was a dangerous opportunity there for Fenner. Just got the edge over Stevens. Stevens just kind of was just standing there a little too much. Got to get the legs a little bit moving more, which is why he got slightly out of position there.
And Gippy dodges over the top, gets the ball back over to Fenner. Dodge down the alley. Rutland with the ball. He dodges over the top. Shot wide, or right stick side high to Seamus Hand. Fantastic save as Hand passes a quick ball out to Klecha. Klecha over to Stokovsky as he gets it right over the midline. Nice little swim move there to get it into the offensive zone. Stokovsky's going to pass it over to Stevens.
Gotta give credit to Klecha getting that feed off, being double teamed while shoved back, getting that feed off to Stokovsky. Just be able, and also just the accuracy of that pass was excellent to help get that clear off.
Yeah, that was a great clear from the Lakers defense.
Their clears actually also, this is another thing we haven't even mentioned about. Their clears are perfect. They're 15 of 15 on clears right now compared to 12 of 24 for Plattsburgh.
And LeClaire with a shot goes right into the stick of Orhowski. Orhowski with the ball behind X. He passes it over to Murray, who gets it to Francie. A nice check there from LeClaire, but it is going to be a push in the back as Francie lays a body, puts his shoulder into LeClaire, but they're going to call that a ward. That was a massive hit from Francie right after a penalty on LeClaire as he runs off the field.
Yeah, just kind of almost returning the favor to LeClaire pretty much, who shoved him down his leg, and you could tell Francie didn't like that. He's like, you know what, I'll give you a little something back. Just drove right through the hips, through the chest, but obviously the way he got his arm out, that was clearly a ward. You can't push your arm out too much if you're the ball carrier. Refs are going to call that as a ward any day of the week. So, but again, huge opportunity now for the Cardinals to cut into this lead, make it a 1-goal game with this man up.
Yeah, the Cardinals are 1-3 on extra man opportunities so far today, so they're looking to move that to 2-3 and put this into a 1-goal game late here in the third quarter with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left as they get a fresh shot clock reset and a minute penalty on number 44, Doran LeClaire. Gippy with the ball. Up top to Rutland. Rutland gets it across crease over to Gippy, and he puts it right in the bottom left-hand corner past Seamus Hand to put this game into a 1-goal lead for the Lakers. What a fantastic man-up opportunity that was. It was a beautiful pass, far side, right to the post to Gippy, and Gippy gets his third goal of the game. So he now has a hat trick. He is helping this Cardinals offense stay in this game.
Kind of a similar goal as we saw to the Postal goal for the man up of Oswego. Pretty much they had Gippy just staying backdoor post on Seamus' hand, and pretty much Oswego State, again, they just were caught ball watching, completely forgot about him and just got sucked up. So there was no one that was going to be able to slide a Gippy, and one-on-one the goalie right in the crease. Obviously, smart choice to go low to low. It's really tough for a goalie that close to make a save on a shot like that. So good work there, especially on the map, just to force Oswego State's defense to be sucked up a little bit higher towards the restraining line.
Yeah, exactly. And as the Lakers have the ball here, Garrett Elston was looking for a pass cross crease over to Coney, who couldn't handle that, almost rolls out of bounds, but Starwitz keeps a hold of it, passes it back over to Coney, who shoots, and a great save from Orhowski. A stat that I want to mention, too, that I just saw is the Cardinals actually are now leading in faceoffs 10 to 8. They are 10 for 18, as now Oswego is 8 for 18. Earlier in the game, that was not the case. Schroeder was doing a fantastic job on faceoffs, but O'Hare has started to come back for the Cardinals, giving the ball to his offensive players much more often now.
I was just going to say, what a nasty swim dodge from Roland. Just snapped the ankles of Stakowski. Again, just showing the athleticism that he has and how dangerous of a threat he is, even though he really hasn't been much of a threat as some of the other guys like Urso.
Yeah, and with a minute left on the clock, it is Cardinals ball down to Urso at X. Urso being guarded by Marr, a matchup that we've seen a lot. Urso inside rolls and gets double-teamed by Kletcha, and Marr, ball gets out. Urso, another fantastic cut. The refs are going to call him in the crease as he had a diving opportunity to score there, and Hand is going to pick up the ball at X.
I think that was Chatuk who tried to go on the diving attempt, but going back to Urso, we haven't really called his name much in the second half. The defense for Oswego State has done a great job just locking him down, especially Marr, just being able to stay on his hips, not really letting him get open.
And here's going to be a one-on-one opportunity with Rutland. Rutland shoots and scores, hits the top pipe, and this is a tie game at 9s with 35.8 seconds to go in this third quarter. What an opportunity that was. The momentum is rolling in this Cardinals offense right now.
Nah, that's a hattie for Rutland on that goal. Again, just came down just a critical turnover in their own end on the clear for Oswego State. Possible just the pass, he could not secure it, and good work just to get on top of the ground ball for the Cardinals and just be able to push the ball down the field. Good work, awareness also from Rutland to see that and to be able to get in a position to be able to get that shot off as well for him. As he now, with that goal, is already over 20 goals. He has 22 right now this season.
And Schroeder won the faceoff for the Lakers there, giving them most likely the last offensive opportunity for this quarter. As LeClaire passes it over to Elston. Elston back up to LeClaire at the top of the restraining box. As Starwitz runs onto the field. 10 seconds remaining. 7, 6. Starwitz dodges to his right, shoots, and it barely misses. Hits number 10, Timmy Wood, to end out this quarter. That would have been huge for the Lakers if Starwitz could have hit that shot to put them up 10-9, but that's okay. There's still one last quarter here to play for the SUNY matchup between the Plattsburgh Cardinals and the Oswego Lakers. That was a great third quarter. 5 goals scored in total. Plattsburgh won that quarter 3-2 goals. So they're starting to get some momentum back, looking to move into this final quarter.
Yeah, it was just really in that last minute, they pretty much started really piecing things together. Again, just sticking to what works and obviously capitalizing on the mistakes of Oswego State with that goal from Rutland to get the hat trick. Again, just taking advantage of just the turnover there and being able to get the ground ball and tie the game up. In games like this, especially with how these two teams are like structured-wise and the talent they have, some of those small little mistakes can be what decides the result of this game. And that turnover could be the thing that really changes the game overall. Now that the game is tied going into the fourth quarter, it could lead to this momentum shift even building more for the Cardinals, and they could probably pull away with the upset in this contest.
Yeah. One thing that I'm going to mention is I played lacrosse growing up just as you did, and one thing that I have heard throughout my entire experience playing lacrosse is ground balls win games. The ground ball battles in between the restraining boxes is usually, sometimes, depending on the situation, is what is going to win you your game, especially in situations like this. Right now, the Cardinals have done a fantastic job at being able to come back, tie this game up going into the fourth quarter, and now they are winning on the ground ball battle as compared to earlier in the game. The Lakers were dominating in between the boxes, winning. They were up about 15 ground balls at one point, and now the Cardinals are winning 34-33 in the ground ball battle, and it is showing on the offensive side of the field for the Cardinals. So I think that ground ball battle, as I mentioned, is what is going to win this game for either one of these teams.
100%. I mean, going into this game, I was also going to bring up the stats. Again, I was a little hesitant about if the Cardinals could get the win because of the opponents they faced. But just going into this game, they had the advantage in total ground balls this season compared to Oswego State. 303 ground balls for the Cardinals compared to the Lakers is 275 going into this contest. This team, like I said, overall, the Cardinals, looking at them statistically, they're almost like top 5 in almost every category for the SUNY. They are just such a well-rounded team.
Yeah, and as the face-off just happened, Schroeder almost won that face-off. O'Hare got a nice takeaway check, and Francie picked up that ground ball. Francie gets the ball over to Omidi Fenner, looking to set something up here, who passes it over to Shatuk. Shatuk at the top of the box. Keenan with the ball, being guarded by number 15, Stevens, on the Oswego State Lakers. Keenan dodges down the alley to his left hand, passes it over to Rutland. Rutland puts it in his left, rolls back to his right. Right into the center of the crease. Shoot, and it hits what seemed to be number 2, Jack Lamon, as he got a little limp there, right into the stick of Devine. Passes it back to Marr. Lamon back with the ball, far left corner.
I gotta say, that was a good offensive setup there for Shatuk there. Just good movement offensively for the Cardinals to be able to just get the feed to Shatuk, who's had some room over in the hole, but good work from Lamon just to soak that shot.
Yeah, and that is going to be a offsides call on the Lakers. So as Francie runs over to the ball, he is going to be what seems to be triple teamed by Jones, Coney, and Lynn as he passes it back. Orhowski with the ball as he passes it over to Wood. Wood looks like he's going to be taking this one all alone, which he does. Gets over the midline. And look at the wheels on Wood as he brings it all the way down. He shoots, and what a fantastic save that was from Hands. That would have been the Cardinals' first lead of this game. And as I mentioned, that is what makes goalies great, is saves like that, keeping your team in the game like that.
Absolutely. I mean, that would have been a huge long ball goal for Wood. I'm questioning where was the defense for Oswego. They just kind of let him get blown by. They just let him blow by them and not just get in the right position, but huge save for Hand. Again, he plays almost like a hockey goal in a way where he is able to drop down low and use his body to make the saves. Just great, excellent save on his part. Just prevent Plattsburgh from getting the lead in this contest.
Yeah, and as Coney had a couple spin dodges there, Elston has the ball in the top right corner now. So he just hit a little spin move on Francie. Another spin move. He shoots, bounces right off, Orhowski. Francie with the ball, looking to clear this. He passes it over to the LSN, Ryan Fahey. It's going to be Cardinals ball down in their offensive zone. Gippy with a hat trick today, being guarded by Jack Lamon. And it's going to be Shatuk with the ball. So he passes it over to Rutland. Over the top. And a missed pass trying to hit Tim Keenan there. It doesn't work out too well. Keenan picks up the ground ball, though. As he is trying to get past Stojakovic. Keenan back to his left. Over to Urso, and it hits the pipe right into the stick of Shatuk. That's going to be a clock reset here for the Cardinals, giving them a fresh 60 seconds with 11:30 left to go in this game.
That was a dangerous shot again. Just Urso showing off the power he has on those shots. Oh, and what a move.
That was a bell ringer. And Urso dives, Fenner dives into the crease and takes the first lead of the game, which they do call a goal with a late flag. Fenner taking the first lead of the game for the Cardinals here with 11:23 left to go in the game. What a fantastic job that was. He got off the dodge against Gavin Angelo. Angelo lost his stick. He was able to get right up close into the crease and score. Fantastic job from Fenner there.
That was the definition of clutch, and you could see the momentum shifting with how it stoked the bench is of Plattsburgh. Just not only just shaking out the defender first, who got him out of position, but then he just weaved his way through Angelo. Angelo made the mistake of giving him inside position towards the hole, and just unbelievable goal on the part of Fenner to be able to bury that through the 5-hole.
And it looked like Schroeder won the clamp on that one, but got a little tripped up, fell forward as O'Hare takes the win for that faceoff. As the Cardinals are looking to expand their lead, as the score is currently 9-10 in the Cardinals' favors with just over 11 minutes to go in this game.
Very first lead for them in this entire contest. We'll see if the Lakers will be able to respond to this and kind of get on their high horse a little bit and try and see if they can be able to get the lead back.
Yeah, Urso with 2 goals right now. He's got the ball in the bottom left-hand corner. He's flirting with a hat trick as well today as he's rolls to his left at X now as he passes it over to Rutland.
Mara's done a good job really kind of quiet, like keeping Urso quiet so far in this second half.
Yeah, great job. And a fantastic save after a shot from number 30, midi that we haven't seen yet this game, Matt White for the Cardinals. Nice little bounce shot. Seamus Hand was kept his eye on that ball the entire time, though. Makes a great save, and it is going to be Lakers' ball as the ball is currently in the stick of Jordan LeClaire as he passes it over to Coney. Coney can't handle that, and it's going to be Murray who picks it up, looking to clear this ball all by himself. Gets it over to Francie. Francie has been an outstanding player so far this game. Two-way midi. It seems like he is always on the field.
Oh, absolutely. He's just whether you can put him on as an offensive midfielder, defensive midfielder, he'll do the job well. Still has 2 assists, 5 ground balls, 2 caused turnovers. He is just your perfect two-way kind of player that coaches would want on their team, that it can be utilized. And he has just so much stamina and energy to be able to play those positions well. Francie, I mean, again, the stats just show itself that he was well-deserving even last week of being Defensive Player of the Week for the SUNY.
And whistle is blown. It's going to be Lakers' ball. And something that I'm seeing here out of Coach Zach Nablaski is he's starting to put in maybe second or third string line midfielders right now. As I mentioned, Matt White was just in there, and there was a couple other middies, so it seems like maybe he's trying to get his starters a little break. They've been playing all game, and with very little, or I guess not little, 9 minutes left in this game, he's trying to save probably their legs for the last few minutes in case they do need to get back into this game.
That's my guess. And also, I mean, they have talent. Like, they have good depth talent-wise. I mean, Matt White already has 5 goals. He's a sneaky player.
And McConnell dodged down the alley. A whistle was blown and a save from Orhowski. The refs seemed like they are trying to decide what this call is going to be. A little bit of confusion.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out too exactly what.
Seems like they're going to call it Lakers ball as LeClaire is going to pick up the ball for the Lakers in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen.
And he's being marked up defensively by the looks of it. That's Whitlock. And I got to say, Whitlock has really redeemed himself in this second half. Has looked a lot more in position, not really ball watching as much compared to how he was in that first half. He has looked a lot better defensively in this second half for the Cardinals.
I mean, yeah, he's got 10 ground balls and 3 caused turnovers so far this game. Insane stat for Whitlock. He's probably been their most standout pull so far this game on both teams. So we'll see how he continues playing with 8 minutes and 40 seconds left. Starwitz with the ball, looking to tie this game back up here for the Lakers as Coney inside rolls, hits the pipe, and goes right out of bounds. Starwitz there for the backup, though, with 60 seconds left on the shot clock.
Good look from Coney there, but excellent work from Murray just to stay on his hips and not pretty much disengage and let Coney just get space. He just did a good job staying physical and making the shot tough in general for Coney.
Yeah, that's a very hard matchup for Whitlock, too. Only standing at 5'9". Coney, 6'3". So it's a very big matchup for Coney. As hits the goalie, bounces up. Coney tries to get a rebound shot and just misses wide left. Lakers are going to keep control of this ball, though, and get a clock reset. Looked like it did hit Orhowski, so they will get a fresh 60 as LeClaire is looking to set something up here as he dodges over the top.
I think he meant Murray on Coney, but yeah, both defenders actually are the same height. Murray is 5'9" as well. Plattsburgh's defense, height-wise, is very small.
And Orhowski comes out of the net looking for something here, and the Lakers couldn't capitalize. As Starwitz rolls, gets it over to Coney. Coney shoots, and a great save from Orhowski there. Orhowski coming out of net like that was a very dangerous situation, especially when he came out of net. The Lakers did have possession of the ball, so I don't know what was exactly going through his mind there. But a great check from LeClaire as Jones passes it over to Coney. Coney one-on-one, shoots, and he scores to tie this game up 10-10 with 7:30 left in the game. Fantastic ball movement. What a takeaway check for LeClaire that was.
Again, it came down to that caused turnover from Trey Jones, and he's been one of the better guys actually in that category. For an attackman, going into this game, he has 8 caused turnovers, which is crazy for an attacker. And it, again, just came up, basically snuck up on Murray, didn't even see it, and just yard sailed pretty much against him. Just got the ball out of his stick. He lost his stick completely and just capitalized on it. And one-on-one with Coney against Orlovsky. I mean, the advantage goes to Coney, which is how creative he is of a shooter and also the speed. It was a good opportunity for making a save, but for Orlovsky, that's really difficult.
Yeah, and as just quick whistle was blown there, no penalty. It is going to be Lakers' ball as LeClaire picks up the ball and passes it. Nope. Ref's just trying to set him up in the correct position. Coney now with 4 goals and 2 assists, an absolute tear for today's game for the Lakers. 6 points out of the 10 that the Lakers have had so far. A very standout player for this Lakers offense as a senior captain.
Could be making a name for himself for possibly Offensive Player of the Week for the SUNY.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Coney did win or was a runner-up for SUNY Player of the Week coming up here. The problem is they only did play 1 game this week, so other SUNY teams that played 2 could have a better chance, but 6 points in 1 game is phenomenal.
And if he does win it, he'd be the first player this season for Oswego to be named, to get an Athlete of the Week award. There hasn't been any for the Lakers this season.
And a shot from LeClaire hits the pipe again. That's his 2nd pipe of the game. He is an absolute sniper on the offensive side of the field, doing a phenomenal job, and the Lakers keep it in. But speaking of Player of the Week, Emmett Starwitz, just for Oswego, they do this thing called Player of the Month, where it's recognizing student athletes inside and outside of the classroom, in and on the field. And Emmett Starwitz, congratulations to him. He did just win April's Student Athlete of the Month. So great accomplishment for him. He's a great leader for this team as the only junior captain. And the Cardinals are going to take over this ball. That is going to be number 12, Peter Urso, up top with the ball as he gets it down to Rutland. Looking to set up an offensive possession here for the Cardinals.
We'll see if the defense can make the necessary adjustments to be able to kind of hunker down and just stay in the right position to be able to try and keep the team in this game without giving a call, without the tie being broken and then allowing Plattsburgh to kind of run away with this one.
Yeah, Rutland with a few spin dodges there is able to keep the ball, taking a few hard checks on the hands. The ball's going to now be in the stick of Urso. Urso and Mar, a very large matchup so far this game. Mar doing a fantastic job keeping that name quiet up here in the press box. Now the ball is with Shatuk. Shatuk dodges past X. Shorty on shorty matchup. Inside roll, passes it down to Gippy. Gippy dancing behind X. Gets the ball up to Rutland, being guarded by Joey Zarcone. Tries to over the head check, doesn't make it. And great double team there by the Lakers as Angelo fake passes it, gets it over, and just a not the best pass that we've seen out of him so far today. As he gets a turnover, Lynn couldn't handle onto that pass, and it is going to continue to be Cardinals ball with a fresh 80 seconds.
Again, gotta give credit to Rutland, though, being able to try and get that, to be able to get that shot off. Just diving between two defenders to try and get a shot off. Again, just the athleticism and also the slipperiness of Rutland is what makes him super dangerous. And it's just unfortunate for him that he lost the ball last second.
And a bad mistake from Hand. He had a fantastic save there from a shot off of Fenner. But number 53, Tim Keenan, gets the rebound after Hand bounced it out. And a top right shot from Keenan puts the Cardinals back up 11-10 with 4:20 left in this game. That was a huge mistake late in the game that we have not seen out of Hand yet. I don't even think this season, as he seems to be clearly upset. But a great, great opportunity from Keenan to be able to take the lead for this Cardinals offense.
It's like they're giving the Rutland the goal on that one from what we saw, but yeah, that was just really risky and just unable to be able to secure it, and it was just a free goal pretty much for Rutland, his 4th of the game.
And as we have another face-off here, a little trip up. It seems like there is going to be a trip and going to be Lakers ball. That is huge for these Lakers in a time like this. 4 minutes left in the game with like what seems like no momentum on this offensive side of the field right now.
Yeah, they kind of been just really kept in check right now. The quarter is almost over, and they've only been held to 1 goal. I mean, the scoring has really died down since the first half, but Plattsburgh State, again, they've done a good job defensively, really just hunkering down, not really giving up many big opportunities, but also got to give credit to Arhosky. He has just been insane in that, very consistent.
And a wide bounce shot from McConnell is going to go right to the left side. Leclerc there for the backup.
Yeah, if we're looking at the saves right now for Arhosky, he has 15, so he's a 60 save percentage right now, which is really good.
Fantastic.
And then compared to Seamus Hand, right now he's hovering at 50% with 11 saves.
Starwitz with the ball. And a bad pass from Starwitz goes right into the stick of the Cardinals with 3:30 left in this game. Far overpass to Wood. Pull-on-pull matchup here. Joey Zarcone looking to do something with his long pull. And a great takeaway check puts it right into the stick of Marr.
Really interesting.
Marr trying to hold on to this as he gets through with a nice little spin dodge. Quick hold there. And number 17 for the Cardinals, Fenner, is going to pick that ground ball back up. Turnover again. Stoikovsky picks up the ball and gets it into open space for Coney to set something up here for the Lakers. 3 minutes left in the game.
This is getting good. It was risky to decide to go for the 10-man right, especially with basically pulling Hand well out of his net. He's pretty much hovering at the restraining line. But that 10-man right, again, it's just so aggressive and requires a lot of physicality on the defensive end of the ride. And good work there just to be able to get it. Now, with around 2.5 minutes left, let's see if the Lakers can be able to tie this game up.
Connell in his left hand. Trying to do something with the ball. He gets out of it. Nothing there. As Orhowski comes out of the net. Looks like it's going to be Cardinals ball. Little mix-up on communication with Urso. And the flag is going to be thrown on what seems to be number 2, Jack Lamb, and a hard hit. I can't tell who that is yet. It's going to be number 3, Gippy, for the Cardinals. That was a hard hit. Way to get back up for him, though. Props to him. That was a very hard hit.
Yeah, you can tell he's still a little gimpy, a little bit in pain. But that's a killer of a penalty for the Lakers, who have been mostly disciplined in this contest so far. This would be the third. Well, that's their fourth penalty, actually, of this game. But the man up for Plattsburgh has been excellent so far. Going into this, they were 2 of 3 pretty much on the man up in this game. And their man up unit, was ranked 4th in the SUNY with 34% success rate. So that number definitely is going to get boosted up after today. But, man, it's definitely been a big part of the success right now of the Cardinals.
Yeah, and the Lakers in a very tricky position here. You got 2 minutes left in the game, a 1-minute penalty, and your man down. It's going to be interesting to see how the Lakers defense plays here. They need to stop this if they want a chance to win. And that's going to be 53, Tim Keenan with the ball as he passes it. Urso with the ball at X now. Back up to Rutland. Keenan at the top of the box. Back down to Rutland. Cross crease. And what a save from Hand. Fantastic. Gippy had a wide open net, and it just hit Hand's hand. What a fantastic one-on-one save that was for Hand. Keeping these Lakers alive.
Just the definition of clutch. Just way to stay composed and not just get fooled out by a lot of the fakes from Gippy, and just to hold his own. Excellent defense work from Seamus Hand, the senior goalie.
With 1:13 left on the clock. Man down, not yet over. Looks like Devine is going to be sprinting onto the field as they are going to go back to even strength with 29 seconds left on the shot clock. And a goal from Cardinals, number 41, Dylan Rutland, getting his 5th goal of the game. Fantastic performance out of him, playing absolutely phenomenal.
That was just beautiful. Just being able to for him to just come around again. It was an aggressive move to get Hand out of the net defensively, and just again the athleticism of Rutland, just to be able to just dive and just bury that. By the looks of it, that goal might put this game away with his 5th goal of the contest.
Yeah, going down 2 goals with just a minute left, the way that the faceoffs have been going, the Lakers just did such a great job out on that man-down opportunity, and as soon as it just looked like they couldn't match up as soon as they went back to even strength. So, tough one there for the Lakers, but it is going to be Cardinals ball as another flag gets thrown. 2 flags are thrown from 2 different refs as 45 seconds is left in this game, clock ticking. Gippy with the ball, looking to do something. He shoots just wide over Hand. It is going to be Cardinals ball with another man-up opportunity here, as it looks like these Cardinals are about to seal the victory here.
No, just a lot of self-inflicted wounds in this quarter and this half alone have really hurt the Lakers. And gotta give credit to the defensive adjustments also made by the Cardinals to really just hold their own and not really give up many huge opportunities. And also I think a big part of the loss too is also Oswego State's ineffectiveness on the man up. 2 for 7 in this game. They were the best team when it comes to man up, going this game above 50%, and they were really kept in check. They kind of just rushed, I feel, a lot of their possessions on the man up, just maybe a couple feeds here and there, but then forcing shots from the restraining line, which was not completely necessary. They could have just moved it around more and get more shots off, but yeah, those are just those small things that I think have really hurt the Lakers in this one. And I know the ground balls you were talking about are a big, like we said, our coaches have told us, like even through high school, middle school, whatever, that ground balls are one of the biggest stats that decide who win the game. And if Plattsburgh wins, we wouldn't be surprised because they have 48 ground balls right now compared to the Lakers' 40.
Yeah. Like, it really did come down to ground balls, I think, that this game, because when the Lakers were up by the amount of ground balls the Cardinals are up by now, it was a 2-goal game. The Lakers earlier in the game were up by 8 ground balls, and they were up by 2 goals, and now they're down by 8 ground balls, and they're down 2 goals. There's 36 seconds left here. It's Cardinals ball. You're man down. This is going to be, if the Lakers could pull this off, this would be an absolutely miraculous win for them. But I don't know how the Lakers are going to approach this, knowing that they're man down with 36.8 seconds here. The ball is going to start in the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah, and if you're Plattsburgh, I would say for like the last 36 seconds, just try and hold on to the ball. You don't need to try and force any shots. You're already up by 2. Just maintain control of the ball. Just hold on to it. You do not need to force anything. And that's
going to be Francie being guarded by Angelo. Francie dancing around at X.
And that's what we're going to do. He's just going to hang on to it. Just chew down the clock. That's just a smart move to make if you're Francie.
Yeah, we got 15 seconds left here in this match. Francie, number 12 with the ball, Peter Urso, as that is going to do it here at Laker Turf Stadium as the Cardinals move to 7-2 as well as the Lakers move to 7-2 as well. So great matchup here today, and it really came down to Rutland. 5-goal performance out of him, the game winner, game-sealing goal, I will say. He had a beautiful day. I mean, 5 goals is crazy in a SUNYAC matchup game, especially going into early SUNYACs. And he's the reason that these Cardinals won today, I feel.
Yeah, finishing with 7 points right now. With this game, he is now up to 31 for the season, and this is a huge morale booster, even a little bit of a good morale booster and confidence builder for the Cardinals, because I mean they had a good start to the season, 6-2. They were probably not favored going into this game against Oswego State, and they walked in on the road, which is very tough against a big crowd, and pulled off the upset, especially after going down and entering the second half. What a way for them to come back, just put their nose to the grind, make the adjustments they needed, and again, that was just huge for them. And again, we talked about the ground balls as a big decider of any game. They won that battle 48-40. And then also the shots on goal too. It was pretty even. I would say Oswego State had the lead in that one, 25-24. Clears, Oswego State was still better, 18 clears to 16 from Plattsburgh State. But and even across turnovers, Oswego State was better, 14-11. And turnovers, even Plattsburgh State had more turnovers. But again, just sometimes getting those ground balls in the nitty-gritty moments, in those last-second moments that could decide a game, was really what kind of told the story of this matchup and how the Cardinals were just able to walk away with this major victory for them.
Yeah, exactly. And as both teams are shaking hands here, we are going to end the broadcast here. Thank you so much for tuning in for the SUNYAC matchup between the Oswego State Lakers and the Plattsburgh Cardinals. Final score, Cardinals 12, Lakers 10. Again, thank you so much. My name is Matt Rudolph, joined alongside Braden Peters. Make sure you tune in for the next broadcast at 1 p.m. this coming Wednesday, where the Oswego men's lacrosse team faces the Cortland Red Dragons. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic night.